Hi everyone, I am Tracy DeMario and I'm the Superstar Director for the Scented Bliss family. And I am wanting to talk to you guys about something that we have found to be best practice, and I want to get everyone on board and doing this. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about is we want to make sure that we're starting each and every month with 3 parties. First of all, we want to have what's called a catch-all party. So the catch-all party, you can call it whatever you want. I usually call mine by the name of the month. So for example, March online orders here. Sometimes I'll have one called Don't Have a Party, click here. No party, click here. Online orders here. It could be called whatever you want to call it. And the purpose of this party is for all of the miscellaneous orders. If you have people that go to your website, hopefully they're going to click on it. Let's say you've got to place a couple of orders for people that you're sending out of town. So you'll utilize this party until, with the goal of getting it to 200 PRV, okay? And the plan is we want to open it on the 1st of every month and close it before the end of the month. So that is our goal, and that's what we hope to do. The second party is the somebody else party. So the somebody else party is just that. You need to find someone else, at least one other person that's willing to host. Now, it can be a home party, it can be a bag party, it can be a sip and scent party, it can be a online party, whatever kind of party, we don't care, but it's someone else's party that you are doing for them. So someone else is going to be the host, okay? So that's number 2. And number 3 is going to be our product party. So the product party, you choose. You can decide, you know what, during the month of March, I'm going to focus on Scentsy swipes. So I'm going to have a Scentsy swipe party. And I'm going to spend the entire month educating and sharing all things Scentsy swipes. So you might go live several times on your Facebook. You might share how you're using Scentsy swipes, like maybe you're using it to clean your doors. Maybe you're using it to clean your shoes. Maybe you're using it, whatever you're doing with it, Scentsy swipes. You know, show some actual live demonstrations. Give some product information. Talk about the product specifics. And if you didn't know already, remember, every new catalog season, we get a new product training guide available to us that has updates of new product, which includes Scentsy swipes. So I would study up on that so you can use some of that content as well. Share some pictures, images, posts, flyers, send text messages. Like I said, you pick the product and really focus on it with the goal of getting at least 200 in orders on that product that you are focusing on. Now, a couple of things are going to happen. Number 1, you're going to get really trained up on whatever that product is that you picked. You're going to have to get creative on your marketing and sharing it, because we can't just share it once, twice, 3 times. It's going to be our focus for the entire month, because we want to get that PRV to 200 or more on that party, remember? So it's also going to give you the opportunity to education. Education is the key on our products. Don't assume everybody knows how to change their wax. Don't assume everybody knows how long a wax should last, whether it's in the summer, whether it's in the winter, because that does make a difference. Don't assume everybody knows, that we have a lifetime electrical warranty on our warmers. I could tell you right now, I talk to lots of customers and they don't know the answers to any of the things that I just talked to you about. Don't assume they know that a mini warmer is meant for a small space, because guess what? Many of them do not, and they're disappointed when they put it in this ginormous room, and of course it doesn't cover it. So we've got a lot of education we can do. Pick a product, focus on the product. So we've got the 3 parties. We've got our catch-all party, our somebody else party, and our product party. So once we have that done, the goal is to work them, like I said, to get to a minimum of 200 PRV. Once you get them to 200 PRV, remember what happens? We get a host kit available that we can now offer a customer, a friend, a family member. Anyone can take that host kit once it gets to 200. The host kit costs $59, and that's going to give them the opportunity to become a consultant. So if you need additional information about that, I'm not going to spend time training specifically on that, but just contact your sponsor or your upline director and we can gear you in the right direction for some additional training around that. Before we are done though, this is a really important thing. None of that does any good if we don't do the most important piece of all in our business, and that is follow-up. Follow-up is the key. Now, if you have a follow-up system and you think it's working great, then fantastic, good for you. You can be done now, shut off the video. If you have a follow-up system and you're not really sure, hold on with me, stay with me. If you have a follow-up system and it's not working for you or you don't like it, stay with me. So there's a couple of things. First of all, for those of you that still like your paper and pencil, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, then the binder system is going to be perfect for you. And there was a time that I used the binder system and I loved the binder system, okay? If you would like additional information on what is the binder system or how do I do the binder system, you're gonna go to your workstation and you're gonna click on training. In the search bar, you're gonna type the word binder. And there you're going to find a very specific training on the binder system. That's gonna be perfect for the people who still like the pen and paper type of tasks and activities and to work the business that way. What I'm going to share with you is how I do my follow-up. And it works best for me because I am no longer stationary. And the binder system was great when I had my office in my home and I was home a lot, but that has just changed significantly. Sometimes I'm at my actual Scentsy office, sometimes I'm at home, sometimes on a ballpark, sometimes I'm on a cruise. I mean, who knows where I'm going to be? So I needed a system that would go with me, which is why I created this specific system. So what I like to do is I use a spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet that I use is basic. Again, if you know anything about me, I am extremely simple. So this is not fancy, but on my spreadsheet, I'm gonna just go across and tell you the different columns that I have, okay? So I've got customer name, I have address, city, state, zip code, date of purchase, amount, cell, email, offered kit, interest, another one called interest. I have one called Wax VIP, and I have one called event. So those are my headers, okay, or my columns, heads. Now here's what I do. Every time I have a customer purchase from me, whether it's an event, a home party, from my website, someone I meet out and about, my cousin, whoever, I'm going to enter their information. And the goal is to try to gather all of this information, okay? So I'm going to enter their name, I'm going to address, their city, their zip code, date of purchase. So whatever day they made their order, they placed their order is the date I'm going to put there. The amount they spent, I always do pre-tax and pre-shipping. So basically the PRV amount. I'm going to put their cell phone, their email address, and under offered kit, it's probably going to be blank the first time they bought from me, okay? Under interest, that's where I'm going to put something like, I know they love snowmen. I know they love Harry Potter. Their favorite scent is My Dear Watson. You know, any kind of specific things I know about them, I'm going to put under interests. Wax VIP. So I have an opt-in keyword called Wax VIP. If people text my number, the word Wax VIP, it opts them into my specials and my promotions, and I send them like anytime we have any new releases or LTOs happening. So I invite everyone to participate. If they opt in, then I put a Y for yes. If they opt in or they don't opt in, they say they don't respond, then I put an N for no. Or if I haven't asked them yet, it's going to be blank. Because again, sometimes people will order from my website, so I haven't had a conversation with them yet, okay? And then under event, basically that's where did I meet them or how did they become a customer? So there I would put the name of the event, the host's name of the party that I was at, if they came from my website, if they came from Marketplace, just however, it's to help jog my memory mostly, and also so that I can track that information, okay? So that's how and why I do these things. Now, so the customer called and they purchased a 6-pack of wax. So again, I'm going to enter all the information, the date, and the amount. Let's say that the following week, they call me back and they're like, oh my gosh, I just saw that new warmer. I have to have it. Can you please order that for me? Now, under the date of purchase, I'm going to change the date from what it was last week. I'm going to clear that out and I'm going to put the most recent date. So today's date. Under the amount, I'm now going to clear out the 30 PRV for the 6-pack of wax that they bought last week. And now I'm going to add 60, because they bought a $60 warmer. I'm going to change the amount to 90. Now, while I do this is two things. Number one, that way I can go back when I do my customer mailings and I can mail out to my people who purchased from me most recently. It also helps me with my follow-up. I like to do the 222 method. If you attended World Tour recently, they talked about the 113 method. The reality is you pick and choose. It's not a science, like there's no, you have to do it this way. Pick what works best for you. I was just trained up and have been doing it for years in the 222, which is 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. But there's also some gray area in that. So again, just the key is following up. So because I can sort this document by date of purchase, I know who my 2-week follow-ups need to be, and I know who my 2-month follow-ups need to be, because I just sort it by date of purchase, okay? And then I've got my clump of people that I need to go out and I need to do my follow-up with. The amount is important to me because now what I can do is I can sort by amount, and now I know who my top customers are. Who are the people that have purchased the most from me? And I like to quarterly send something. And sometimes it's just as simple as, maybe some samples of laundry, maybe it's the body samples, just a nice sample pack. Sometimes I'll actually send something like I did, recently when we had the Bitty Buddies on clearance. I bought a bunch of them and I did a little gift box with the Bitty Buddy and some candy. And I just thanked them for, it was a reindeer. That's what it was, a reindeer Bitty Buddy. I did it at Christmas time. And I did my top 10 customers. And I said, thank you for being a dear of a customer, and put some candy in it and sent it. Again, I got those for $2 and something, the Bitties. So they were very inexpensive. So I just like to be able to track who my best customers are. And usually by my second week, if it hasn't already presented itself or the opportunity hasn't presented itself, usually by the second week and at least by my 2-month follow-up or the next time they contact me to order, kind of depends on what falls into place next. That's when I offer them the kit opportunity or the opportunity to become a consultant, okay? So sometimes, like I said, it presents itself. The first time they're my customer, the second time I'm gonna ask them to be a consultant because by then I know they love the product because they're already ordering from me again. So I want to give them that option to join. And so if I offer them in February of 2024 under offered kit, I'm gonna put February 2024. This again is going to help me so that 6 months later when I've got a host kit available on a party and I haven't found anybody to take it, I can sort my document by offered kit and it'll sort by date because I don't want to ask somebody I just asked 2 weeks ago or, the month before. I want to, make sure I'm spacing that out. So that's why I like to make sure I document that. I think it's probably pretty obvious why I ask about the interest. Because if Bring Back My Bar comes back and My Dear Watson is on that list, guess what? Now I can go through and I can target market those people who put down My Dear Watson, and I'm gonna be their hero because their favorite scent just came back, and I can do the follow-up, get an order from them, and hopefully even a Scentsy Club subscription as a result. Same with Harry Potter, Star Wars. I've had people say, oh, I love scarecrows. Well, we didn't have a scarecrow warmer forever, but I would put down scarecrows. And guess what happened? We actually recently had the scarecrow come back so I could message that lady. And that's been years since she told me scarecrows. So you never know. I like to use event because let's say I did an event, in Independence, for example, and I find out I'm going to be in Independence 3 months later doing another event. Even though it's not the same event, it's still in that same area that they went to last time for an event. So now I can send out a text message saying, hey guys, it's your Scentsy lady. Guess what? I'm going to be at this event in Independence. Stop by and see me. Okay? So I use this document for all the things. And this way, everything is in one place. I do customer mailings. When I first started doing mailings, of course, it took me forever to get 30 customers, but originally I would do 30. And then I would get more customers. And so I would up it as I could, but I couldn't afford to mail everything all the time initially. So my goal was every 3rd month, I wanted to make sure my customers got something from me. So that's how I kind of did it. If you can afford to mail all your customers something every month right now, then that is great. If you can't, then maybe you pick 10 and you do 10 this month and 10 next month, and you just kind of rotate through until you can cover all of your people. If you're not sure where to start, I know I've talked to a lot of team members. I tell them to start with 72. If you've got 72 customers, because guess what? If you get the Scent or Warmer of the Month subscription, you get 72 Scratch and Sniff stickers. And so you can do a postcard and you can put that sticker on there. So at least they're getting a sample and they're getting a postcard, and it's not really expensive. So that is a way you can do it. I typically do an envelope, a number 10 envelope. I like to always do a felt sample of the scent of the month. I also include then like a newsletter. Sometimes I'll include coupons, any kind of promotions we have going on in that as well, but I try to keep it to one stamp. The only exception is during a catalog change. So for example, this month I will be mailing a little bit more because it's a new catalog. So I usually mail to my last 200 customers a showcase brochure, along with a newsletter, some felt samples. So it does cost me $1 something. I haven't weighed it this year, but it'll be $1 something for my first 200. And then every other customer that I have on my list will get a postcard telling them there's a new catalog if they would like to see it, to let me know. And then I'll either mail them one or I can send them the one via text message. So the point is that I don't want to just send it to all the people. I want to make sure that the people who are doing business with me are the ones that are getting my mailings. So that's how I do my mailings. So nobody ever goes off my list. It's just that they get bumped up and down based on their purchase date. Or if they were to contact me, obviously, then they get bumped as well. But typically it's because they've made a purchase from me. So I hope this is helpful. If you guys have additional questions, feel free to, like I said, message me. And remember, this is your own business, so you guys get to pick and choose what you want. If you think this is going to work for you, then great. You might have a better way of doing this and tweaking it and making it an even better system, then that's really awesome. But I hope this is helpful. And at the end of the day, like I said, the main key is just do the follow-up and you will stay in business, and people will have no other reason to go anywhere else but to you for their Scentsy.